Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everyone. I welcome all the respected guests to the eTalk program, the challenges of online teaching during the COVID-19 pandemic. The program is jointly organized by the Department of Real Estate, Daffodil International University, and Department of Real Estate, University of Malaya, Malaysia. This is the number one university in Malaysia, and we are proud to organize the program jointly with the number one university in Malaysia and definitely a one of the world best universities. Today in this session, we have two distinguished guests. We have with us Professor Anwar, respected Dean, Faculty of Built Environment, as the keynote speaker. So I welcome Professor Anwar Elias, Dean of Faculty of Built Environment, University of Malaya. We have another keynote speaker with us, our respected Dean, Professor Dr. Muhammad Masoom Iqbal, Dean Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, Daffodil International University. We have the presenters from University of Malaya, Professor Zohirul, and so welcome all of you. And finally, the program will be chaired by the respected head, Department of Real Estate, Daffodil International University, Mr. Nurul Muhammad Zayed. So all of you are fine. I believe even during the pandemic time, we have met online. In one side, we are facing the pandemic. So this is definitely a problem. But on the other hand, this is an opportunity. Very smoothly, we can jointly organize an online program. But if the situation was not during the pandemic, organizing such kind of program would be, I personally believe that it would be more difficult. So this is a pandemic, there is no doubt. This is a global problem, but at the same time, this is an opportunity for us as well. And that for that opportunity, we can organize the program. So in today's program, we'll talk about the challenges of online teaching during this COVID-19 pandemic, the global pandemic. Our students are online. All the academic activities are online. So far, I know the academic activities of Malaysia also online. And I expect our keynote speakers and the presenters, definitely I'm also one of the presenters, will focus the main challenges of the online teaching and learning. And I expect that from this session, our students, our universities, and the related stakeholders will at least try to, will at least get some issues that might be helpful to overcome the challenges of this online teaching. Although we are trying to solve the challenges of online teaching, but we expect that as early as possible, we want to go to our campus. So in this program, at first, I would like to invite our keynote speaker, Professor Anwar Elias, respected Dean, Faculty of Built Environment, University of Malaya, Malaysia, to deliver his keynote speech. So welcome, Professor Anwar.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad, Mr. Mat Rehanul Islam. Okay, my friends since last 3 years, because we met in 2018. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Okay, it's a great honor for me to be given an opportunity to deliver on behalf of the Faculty of Built Environment, University of Malaya, a keynote speech at this first ever eTalk between Real Estate Department of University Malaya and Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. I would like to congratulate the head of departments of Real Estate University of Malaya, Dr. Hasnati Hamzah, and Mr. Nurul Muhammad Zaid, head of department, Real Estate Department, Daffodil International University, for organizing this e-talk. Okay. My gratitude also goes to Professor Dr. Muhammad Mesem Iqbal, the Dean's Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, Daffodil University of International University. I trust all the participants are also enjoy this talk session. Okay, I also like to share with you a slides on my talk today, because instead of Mr. Raihanul Islam mentioned that we are talking into try to deal with the challenges, but I'm not talking about the challenges in this keynote, just because of my colleague, Dr. Zairo Nishan, will look into the challenges. But I will look into the other sides of the coin, the opportunity given beside the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic that we experience now, and then what we can benefit from that. Okay, let me try to share this. Okay, okay. Some technical problem that I face. Okay, let's just okay. Millions of students actually and youth across the globe have been affected by university closure and the fragile reopening due to the COVID-19 outbreaks. Face-to-face, online, and blended education have become parts of education institution daily innovative activities. Higher education institutions are trying to cope with the new challenges of the pandemic through new normal practice. Okay, e-learning has moved from a desirable supportive tool towards the foremost element of delivering academic program. COVID-19 has forced many of us into a very rapid shift to online learning. No choice. We have to go for online. Yet, the number of students, lecturers, and institutions using online teaching and learning has been increasing since January and February 2020. The initial shock that the education community suffers months ago remains. Many countries around the world are fighting for the face-to-face education to be revived. We love for the face-to-face will be revived. But looks like we have to experience online for another at least one or two semesters. Now that we see close the end of the pandemic and this cycle of education, the discussion about what will remain, what will change, brings a great attention to the institution, expert and futurists, making prognosis about possible scenarios for the education system. Apparently, nothing will be the same on the way back to the past. However, lecturers and students already had and still have different opinions about this scenario. And what we learn from this bitter experience, in any case, it's also necessary to look at the problem from the user bottom-up approach in order to understand what is the reality practitioner, either lecturer or student, who are and still are behind the webcam. if we want to make proposal for the future education. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, today in my keynote speech, I would like to share with you about the opportunities and future of online learning in University of Malaya. Okay, I'm not, even though the theme for this our eTalk today is more on the challenges, but the panel discussion later on will deal with that thing in more in depth for that. But I will look into the opportunities. Okay. As we notice clearly, the concept of traditional education has changed radically within the last couple of months. Being a physical present in the classroom isn't the only learning option anymore. Nowadays, we are access to quality education whenever and wherever we want, as long as we have access to a computer. We are now entering a new era, the revolution of online education. To me, there is no need to discount the skepticism surrounding education through the internet. It's hard to understand the notion of living behind the conventional classroom, especially if each to face this vast space called the internet. So UM will introduce online, open and distant learning, remote learning, and micro-credential modes of learning in next sessions of 2021-22. Based on opportunity and experience of the online learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, that's not reason enough to shy away from this alternative, which has proven to be valid and useful for many students. According to the most recent survey from Bobson Survey Research Group in 2019, over 30% of the higher education students in the United States are taking at least one distant course. Online education is a sensible choice, whether they are teenager or an adult. To a student, this can be a useful learning method for sharpening their skill in a difficult subject or learning a new skill. At especially in Faculty of Built Environment, Open and Distant Learning, or ODL we call it, is a program of study with more than 60% of the courses offered in the program are conducted via open and distant mode. And at the Faculty of Built Environment, 3 master's programs have been chosen to kick off with the ODL. Master of Real Estate, Master of Project Management, and Master of Facilities and Maintenance Management. Dr. Zairul will further explain the content of the Master of Real Estate later on, together with the challenges. While remote learning is a conventional program conducted to mainstream and open stream, we call it open stream, we call it here is SATU students, while simultaneously conducted to remote learners who are not physically present in the classroom, but accessing lessons online. At this juncture, for the remote learning, focusing will be for the undergraduate program only, because we still not introduce the remote learning at the master level or the postgraduate level, just because we want to try at the local base first before we venture into the international. Okay, because the master program will focus on the open and distant learning. While micro-credential is a program designed to those hunger for knowledge but have a very limited time to enroll as a student for the entire program. This program will be issue a digital certification of access knowledge, skill and competencies in a specific area or field which can be a component of accredited program or standalone courses supporting the professional, technical, academic, and personal developments of the learners. The course might be a bachelor or at the master degree level. Okay, meaning that we have three the opportunity that we experience from this COVID-19 pandemic, that we can come up with the ODL, remote learning, as well as micro credential. Perhaps we might ask ourselves why and what reason we should get involved in online education. We at UM evaluate and see online education as an opportunity provided by the COVID-19 pandemic. The atmosphere is now. This is the time, and we need to grab it. We found that online education provides 5 reasons to be future of the education globally. The first one, it is flexible. Online education enables the lecturer and the student to set their own learning pace. And there is the added flexibility of the setting a schedule that fits everyone's agenda. As a result, using an online education platform allows for a better balance of work and studies. So there is no need to give anything up. Studying online teach us vital time management skill, which makes finding a good work-study balance easier. Having a common agenda between a student and a lecturer can also prompt both parties to accept new responsibility and have more autonomy. The second advantage that we identify is offer a wide selection of programs. Okay, like the ODL, like the remote learning and micro credential can, for the micro credential, for example, student might be register one particular subject that interests of them of him or her, then follow this one subject and then pay the fee of the one subject, not the entire program of the whole courses of the under the program. Maybe that is why I mentioned about the hunger of the because some professional only need the existing courses that we teach the student, then they can come up to the class and then do the subjects. Okay, the third one is accessible. It's accessible. Online education enables one to study or teach from anywhere in the world, even though from the back to the, I hope that Bangladesh also, the student from the potential student from Bangladesh also can enroll our master real estate program through the ODL, open and distant learning. This means there is no need to commute from one place to another. You don't need to come to Malaysia to enroll as a master real estate students in University of Malaya. And then on top of that, not only to save money, but also save time, but also save money. The fourth one is allow for the customized learning experience. As I mentioned before, how flexibility can help the student to set their own study pace. But online education is also flexible for each student individual requirement and level of ability. Whether if you open for the undergraduate later on, then they can enroll as an undergraduate under the undergraduate program, as well as the postgraduate program that we have in University Malaya. But for this time, our faculty only offer 3, but we're still discussing how to open the remote learning and ODL for our undergraduate, because all the professional program under our faculty is governed by the various board of the accreditation, local board accreditation. If the board allow for that, then we will will open to the international to follow the program anywhere, from anywhere, and then through the remote learning. Remote learning means that you follow the program that we teach into the face to face, and then at the same time we online with the international student. But the barrier might be our class maybe 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. in Malaysia, but might be 5 p.m. or at the night in other foreign country. But that one is that one is, I think, not a problem because of the time difference. Okay, it's more cost effective than traditional education. Actually, only to set up the equipment for the classroom will be a little bit costly. After that, no cost to handle the class or everything online. Okay, I think I only allow to the Mr. Chairman. I only 15 minutes for me only for the keynote, isn't it? Okay. On my final thought, there are many more reasons to choose an online education. And that's why 90% of students today think that online learning is the same or better than the traditional classroom experience. Every student must assess their unique situation and decide according to their needs and goal. And while this alternative to traditional education is not for everyone, it's still a convenient option with virtually endless option for the international student all over the world. For the we consider online teaching and education is a method to generate income. There is the method to generate for the income. Potential is great and opportunities are there to be grabbed. With that thought in mind, I thank you everyone for your kind attention and hope this eTalk will be a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your informative and nice presentation, keynote speech. And again, thanks for sharing the opportunities for our students and for the global students as well. And it's very nice to hear that you are offering Master of Real Estate program in your faculty as well as Master of Project Management. So we are also working from our department, from our faculty, to open the Master of Real Estate program soon. So I hope our relationship with your university, I mean our friendly relationship between Daffodil International University and University of Malaya, will work to open our Master of Real Estate program soon, and that will be a good one definitely. So hopefully in future we'll keep communicating regarding that issue also. Now it is time for our second keynote speaker, Honorable Professor Dr. Mohammad Masum Iqbal, respected Dean, Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, Daffodil International University. So I welcome Professor Mohammad Masum Iqbal. I hope our technical team is there, and now Professor Mohammad Masum Iqbal will present.
Rahan, can you see my screen? Rahan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we can see your screen as also.
Okay. Can you see the title? Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Chair, Nur Mohajad, my good colleague Rahan, the presenter today, and respected keynote speaker, Prof. Ilyas, and Dr. Musa. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be with you. And I pay thanks to Prof. Musa and Dr. Musa and Prof. Ilyas. As I know that University of Malaya is a very good friend of our university, and in fact, 2 years back I visited UM, and I had a very good experience. And in our country, we have a department by Department of Real Estate, and that is only the department in our country. So we are having a very good relation with the faculty of built environment of University of Malaya for a long time. I hope we'll continue this kind of activities, this kind of initiatives in the days to come. Rahan, I hope I am audible to you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, in fact, Prof. Ilyas highlighted all aspects as Rahan started with COVID-19. It is a global problem or global challenge, and he mentioned that it is not a challenge, it is an opportunity. And I agree with Prof. Ilyas that it is really an opportunity, but how it is an opportunity to all of us, we'll have to address it, we'll have to understand it, and how we can avail these opportunities. So that is a big issue, and we'll have to understand it, and we'll have to take it. We'll have to avail it. In fact, I'm not giving any keynote speech. In fact, I would like to say a few words about it. And I got all the points from Prof. Ilyas from his keynote speech. I hope my points will also give us an avenue to think of it and to take measures in the days to come. COVID or coronavirus, it is just a virus. It is a very little virus. We all know. And it took over the world last year. In fact, all the human beings became very helpless to this virus. And we are struggling with this virus right now. The coronavirus, in a sense, we can say that to control over this whole world, and we are trying to get rid of this virus. We are struggling, and in many ways, we are trying to have the control over this virus. We are wearing masks, we are maintaining social distance, we are trying to discover that we are having vaccine. In many ways, we try to take over the control on this virus. But what I see, there are so many industries who are seriously affected by this virus, by this pandemic. And one of the major industries is education industry or education institution. In fact, what happens in school, college and universities? Teaching and learning. So whenever I am talking about teaching, it is all about interaction. As I believe that, as I feel, it is all about interaction, encounter, or communication, and which takes place between the teachers and the students. Now the point is how we can have interactions, how we can have communications for teaching and learning in educational institutions. The first way is face-to-face interaction. What we used to do on the campuses across the world, all over the world, in school, colleges, and universities, we teachers used to go to the classes. The students were there. We had a lot of interactions, a lot of topics we used to discuss in the classes, and the teachers used to try to give an understanding to all the students about the topics they're discussing in the classes. So that is all about face-to-face interaction. And later on, when, as I was talking about, coronavirus took over the control of this world. So for our survival, in many countries we experienced lockdown, and in our country, in Bangladesh, to be specific, when government announced the closure of all school, colleges, and universities, we got back home, and we are in a dilemma, in a problem, how we can tackle, how we can manage this situation. Because we can stop our teaching learning as a human being or as a responsible education institution. So then we went online. And I tell you, it is not a big problem for our university, especially Daffodil International University, because we had the experience. We used to use this online platform from say 10 or 11 years back. We used this online platform beside our face-to-face interactions in the classes. But we saw some challenges. And as Prof. Elias mentioned that it is more an opportunity than challenges. Let's see how it is a challenge and how it is an opportunity and how we are managing these challenges. So just few slides I'm going to share with you, and I'd like to draw your attention to my slides. How many people there are in the world? It is about 7.8 or 7.9 billion people, or 8 billion people. And out of these 8 billion people, 1.20 to 1.5 billion people are formally going to the school, colleges, and universities. So all these segments, especially those who are the schoolgoers, those who are regular learners in school, colleges, universities, they were seriously affected because all the school, colleges, universities were shut across the world. So they were severely affected. Our typical, the way we are learning or teaching and learning was taking place in the school, colleges, universities, which were severely affected because all these school, colleges, and universities were closed, and they were taken away from all the classrooms. Then we are in the physical classroom. Right now, we are online. We are on campus, but due to this pandemic crisis, we are online right now. Probably many people are thinking, what's the next? We are on the campus. We are on the online right now. So as soon as this pandemic crisis or this corona crisis will be over, what we'll be doing? We'll be getting back to our campus, or we'll remain online, or we'll find a new way to ensure effective teaching and learning in educational institutions. So whenever we are talking about online learning, online teaching and learning, it is definitely different from on-campus operations. It requires some infrastructural support. So without ensuring the infrastructural support, probably the execution of online teaching and learning will not be possible. Very simple. And we saw a huge demand for all these online devices by which we can execute online educations or online teaching and learning in school, colleges, and universities. So to some extent, I feel it is a challenge to the learners. As I said that it requires some devices to execute online teaching and learning in the school, colleges, and universities, or in our personal level. We need some support. What are those support? The first thing is we must have a device. Either it is a personal computer, laptop, or a smartphone. We must have. Then we must have internet, high-speed internet or uninterrupted internet facilities. Then we need power supply, sufficient power supply, uninterrupted power supply. And definitely we must have a platform to continue to operate our academic activities online. As I am talking about, we'll have to have a platform. So there's so many popular platforms in the world. I can mention some of them. The Moodle, Blackboard, Google Classroom, Canvas, OpenEdX, Academicos, and there's so many platforms. For your information, I can tell you that at Daffodil, we are also using an online platform based on Moodle, but It is customized, it is designed in our own way so that we can have better interactions with our students in a blended manner, and we are calling it Blended Learning Center, GIOPLC. As I mentioned earlier that we started using this online platform about 10 years back. So when the government announced the closure of all these academic institutions in our country, it was not a trouble, it was not a big problem to the teachers, to the faculty members and the students of Dafri International University in Bangladesh. As we were habituated, we are accustomed to this online platform. So we are away from the classroom, definitely, but we started our operations through online full-fledged. Again, then we saw the practices in the leading universities in the world, and we designed our BLC, our Blended Learning Center, in our own way. I believe it is one of the best platforms in our country, which are very useful and handy to the teachers and the students. As we are maintaining social distance to survive, to get rid of this corona crisis or coronavirus, definitely you will agree with me that in physical classroom, while we are having face-to-face interactions with the students, we are having some advantages. We are using our voice, verbal communication I'm talking about. We can use gesture, posture, sometimes to connect, to relate the topics we are discussing in the classes. We add jokes and so on. We act. We try to play different roles in the classes to give our learners a clear understanding. It is a bit challenging in online operations or online interactions or remote interactions, if I'm talking about. However, if you can design our content, which we are going to deliver in the classes, if we can use the right platforms, if we are having the video conferencing facilities and so on, probably we will be able, or we are able, to have interactions with our students as good as face-to-face interactions. Sometimes I feel that to some extent it is even better than face-to-face interaction. As Prof. Ilyas said, that it is an opportunity. Yes, I found it is an opportunity and we are availing it at Daffodil. The challenge is what? As I said, in face-to-face interactions in the classroom, in many ways, we try to communicate, we try to deliver in the classes. But while we are online, it may be a bit challenging for the teachers to design the content, to draw the attention of the students, to engage students with the topics, to elicit the psychological commitment and involvement of the students in the classes, and to keep the lesson more user-friendly, students-friendly with their engagement. So the teachers will have to be very judicious and careful while they're conducting their classes, they're designing content, and they're delivering in the classes online. There are so many people who may believe that without any preparation, training, especially when we are going to use a platform, online platform for our teaching and learning, we must have clear understanding about this platform. Without knowing fully all, without having proper training about a particular platform, probably we will not be able to reach our goals, and probably it might be, or maybe the failures of the teachers to give the right content or right understanding to the students. So it is a big concern. Without having clear understanding, without having proper training to deal with different tools, communication tools or devices, it might be a bit difficult for the teachers and the students to get the right understanding from our online interactions. But at the same time, if you can arrange proper training and if you can give clear understanding to the teachers and the students how to use all the tools and devices to be used in the classes, probably we'll be able to use all these devices for the betterment of the students, for our learning, and we can achieve sustainable growth using these devices in education and others. We know fourth industrial revolution. We are having so many innovations, and all these innovations are also giving challenge to the potential graduates or the graduates who are coming from the universities. So many technological innovations, say IoT, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, AI, virtual reality, augmented reality, blockchain, robotics. So all these disruptive technologies will give challenge to the future graduates or the graduates who are coming from the universities. And all these technological innovations will give us or are giving us a different avenue of teaching and learning. So as a teacher or a student, if you have the expertise, if you have the understanding about all these innovations or all these devices, all these innovations we are having in this fourth industrial revolution, if you can properly use them, probably we can get better result. Definitely we'll be having better result in our teaching learning in academic institutions, whether it is on campus or online, no matter. In the beginning, as I was talking about before this pandemic, we are all on the campus. In fact, in face-to-face interaction or encounter, and while coronavirus took over the control of this world, say for example, we are online, in digital. We are having online interaction or remote interactions right now. But what is the next? The next is it what? The next platform is physical. It means one will be getting back to the campuses. Probably. Definitely we'll be having interactions, face-to-face interactions in the classes. At the same time, we'll be having interactions with the students online. As Professor Idris mentioned that it gives flexibility. So if we become physical, I mean, it is a combination of face-to-face interactions and digital or online interactions. If we can combine these two platforms and we can continue and we can deliver our content to the students, probably it will be more convenient for the students, more flexible, and they can attend the classes from anywhere, everywhere at their convenience. As I mentioned earlier, due to fourth industrial revolution, a lot of innovations we are having. So, to some extent, it may give challenge to the teachers to prepare creative content, to explore learning methods using ICT or all these devices so that we can ensure better learning of our students online or on the campus. Earlier, people or students came to the university for information, for learning. Probably we are delivering information, we are sending information to the students at their home. But what will be the next? As a shopper, I tell you, earlier we used to go to the stores to buy different products. But right now, many of us, probably you as well, you are not going to the shops to buy different products. Rather, you just make a call and all the products are being available at your home. You see the change. So we people used to go to the school, college, universities for education, for learning, for information. And now the institutions, the service institutions are coming your home with all of their products, information, whatever it is their product. But in the days to come, what will be the role of the universities in this situation? That is a very big question. And let's see how the universities or school, college, academic institutions are taking this challenge. The most important thing, I believe, it is technology. As I am talking about fourth industrial revolution and other aspects which are changing our everyday life. Now, whether we are on campus or online is not a big deal. Probably in the same way, in the same manner, we can perform. We can deliver to our students if we can adapt technology. So the point is that we are not fighting with the technology, we are not fighting with technological innovations and so on. Rather, we are to embrace all the devices, technological innovations and so on. If you can embrace, if you have a friendship with all these devices and so on, we'll be able to perform wherever we are, anytime, in a convenient or in a convenient manner. So as Mr. Rahan started, it is a global problem. Then Prof. Ilyas said it is an opportunity. Really, every problem has an opportunity. So a lot of opportunity we are having out of these challenges or this COVID-19 or coronavirus pandemic crisis. But the point is, we need to have a clear understanding about it, and we'll have to avail this opportunity. So that is all about from me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your nice speech. At the same time, you also have shared many opportunities for the students as well as for the teachers. I would like to thank especially for sharing the Blended Learning Center, Daffodil BLC, to our distinguished guest and the University of Malaya. And I would like to add one thing with you. In our BLC system, I mean in DIU BLC, and our expected dean already mentioned that we started this platform 10 years back. Definitely we started this platform 10 years back, but the development of the platform during the COVID-19, if we compare it, that is unimaginable. I think in pandemic, we are in 1 year just. And what we have developed in this 1 year, we could not develop in previous 9 years. So this is again, this pandemic definitely and unimaginable opportunity for us that has ensured our development of the platform. So hopefully this platform will help us to overcome the remaining problems if we have. Although our students are very happy with the platform and our teaching and learning is going very smoothly. So thank you, respected keynote speakers, especially respected Dean, Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, Professor Dr. Muhammad Masud Iqbal. Now it is my time. So I would like to share something. I mean, I would like to present some challenges that our students are facing during the COVID-19 pandemic, especially in Bangladesh. Okay, so I'm going to share my presentation with all of you. Hopefully, my screen is visible to all of you. Mr. Kausar, is it visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, before starting my presentation, I would like to thank the distinguished personalities present with us, our two distinguished keynote speakers, our distinguished presenter from University of Malaya, as well as our respected head, Department of Real Estate, Daffodil International University. I also must thank to the technical team of Campus TV. Without their effort, the program would not be possible. So I'm not taking much time, and the thing I'm going to present with you, the challenges in online class during the COVID-19 pandemic in Bangladesh. So I would like to mention that most of the challenges we have already overcome or we are going to overcome. However, I will present my papers. That means what are the main challenges that our students in Bangladesh faced or are facing in their online teaching and learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. So if I would like to mention in the background, our respected keynote speakers already mentioned that the global pandemic brought many opportunities, in fact, more opportunities than the problems. However, since this is a new thing, and in one sense, all the problems have opportunities. In another sense, we can say that all the opportunities must face some challenges as well. So, when our teaching and learning method went online, our students, our teachers, our faculty members, our platforms, we all faced many sort of challenges at the very beginning stage of the COVID-19 pandemic. So those challenges actually forced me or influenced me to start this work so that I can summarize and I can share the problems with the stakeholders or with the university authorities. Actually, this is the short background of my work. Then I also reviewed some related literatures regarding the online teaching and learning, and existing world literature says that this is not the first time online teaching and learning during COVID-19. Online teaching and online learning existed since long back. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic in Bangladesh, especially when all the academic institutions shut down, especially our higher education institutions, I mean universities, went online. Most of the universities could not start the online educations. I mean, only 60% universities started online, but not in full swing, according to the University Grant Commission reports. So, in this point, our university, I mean Daffodil International University, is the pioneer of online teaching and learning in this COVID-19 pandemic. And if I talk about the objectives of this study or this work, it is very simple. The objective is just to assess what challenges our students are facing, what challenges our faculty members or our teachers are facing. Ultimate objective is to ensure the quality education. During this COVID-19 pandemic, many academic institutions globally, even in Bangladesh, stopped their academic activities and they could not continue their regular activities. But some other academic institutions, especially our university, Daffodil, we did not stop, even we did not slow our academic activities. And these works will help us to ensure the quality of education, even the pandemic situation. I mean, the outcome of this study will summarize the major challenges of online teaching and learning during this pandemic, and the respective authorities, I mean the university authorities, government, and regulatory bodies as well will work with the outcome of these universities for ensuring quality education, especially in higher education. And I'm not going to discuss the methodology in detail. To assess the challenges of online teaching, we developed structured questionnaires, and we distributed the questionnaire online among the students of different universities, not only among the universities of our university. The questionnaire was distributed among the universities, I mean both private and public universities. And about 500 plus students participated in this survey, and the study is based on that survey. Then after the survey data were analyzed by using the research software as well. So now I would like to show the study outcomes, actually study findings. So at first, if I notice that the demographic information of the respondents, here we find, and actually we divided the things into our respondents into three categories. Some are from business schools, then science or engineering schools, and humanities or social sciences. And we also divided the respondents based on their locality, some from metropolitan or divisional cities, I mean from the very big cities in Bangladesh. Some are from the district level town, mid-level cities in Bangladesh, and the rest are from the Upazila or equivalent, and finally some are joining the online classes from the very rural area, I mean from the village area. And the survey found that highest number of students are joining online class from the metropolitan or divisional cities during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, now some major challenges faced by the university, by the students during this online teaching and learning in the pandemic time. First thing, the students are facing facility and network related challenges. We know network related challenges and the necessary facilities, I mean devices, power and internet are essential for the online teaching. And the study found that the students in Bangladesh are facing especially the network related challenges. I mean, at the very beginning, our internet facilities was not uninterrupted, and the bandwidth of the internet are not were not up to the mark or up to the requirement. Although gradually the facilities is improving because our government and respective authorities worked simultaneously to improve the network related challenges. Then there is another problem, student teacher interaction related challenges. We know for the education, interaction between the students and teachers is essential. Even sometimes it is more important than the class. If the students cannot interact with their teachers, or if the teachers cannot interact with the students, actually proper education doesn't come from there. So at the very beginning of the online classes, our students, we find from the study here that our students faced these challenges at the very beginning. But gradually, the online system developed. The platform is even it is still developing. So this sort of challenges are almost over, and hopefully rest of the things will also over very soon. Then student also faced socio-psychological and personal challenges. Definitely, psychological issues affect the physical and other conditions of the students and teachers as well. And at the very beginning of the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic, especially in Bangladesh, our students, our parents, even our teachers, and as well as the management of the universities, we all got worried about the virus. We know this is a very little virus, but it took the control over the education system, or it took control over the everything. I mean, almost all the things were shut down. Okay, and during the lockdown time, so at those days, psychological challenges and personal challenges like the anxiety, their financial pressure, their lack of digital literacy, and as well as motivations also also made them worried about the online challenges, and the students could not concentrate on their education. And hopefully it will not continue for a very long time, because our students and all the related parties are solving these sort of problems. They have already overcome, and we are also getting the vaccines globally as well. Next, the challenges is course curriculum related challenges. In online teaching, the difficulty level is not same for all the courses. The difficulty level or the problems of the students as well as of the teachers vary from the discipline to discipline or from the course to courses. For example, I can mention that in the theoretical courses, the challenges are not like that. On the other hand, the mathematical course involving lot of big mathematical problems or equational problems, it is more challenging to understand the students for the teachers. But for the theoretical courses or the discussion related courses, students do not face that much problem. So in this table, I will definitely email this slide to the organizer, I mean to the Department of Real Estate, so that they can share this to the audiences as well, or for the interested students. The audiences will notice that the respondents, I mean the students marked here, their course curriculum related challenges. They mentioned that their theoretical subjects with lot of discussions, these are not that much problematic. They can easily listen, or if they miss the classes, they can recover it from the other materials provided by the faculty members. But for the mathematical courses or for the science related courses, they face more problems. So definitely course curriculum and learning related challenges are important for the stakeholders to keep notice. There are some other challenges as well. I mean, this may be the academia related challenges as well as personal challenges as well. And the research found that all the students do not get the equal opportunity or equal chance to participate in discussion or to participate in the classes or to ask questions to their respected teachers. Yet the students responded that sometimes very few students are dominating the classes. I mean, in some cases, they mentioned that only the group of good students, I mean, who are very good in, who are knowledgeable, who are smart, they are influencing or dominating the classes. I mean, the poor students do not get the proper support from the classes. So this sort of problems were identified from this study. Then many challenges were identified by the study. However, all challenges are not of same importance. I mean, all challenges are not same problematic as well. Some challenges are most crucial or most vital that must be given the priority to be solved, like the poor internet speed, poor mobile network, high cost of internet, load shedding, and technical issues as well. And here it is mentionable that in the metropolitan city or divisional city, the poor internet connection is more challenging. And it might be contradictory that in the metropolitan city or in the divisional cities, the internet service is more available, especially in Bangladesh. But students from those area are facing the problem of internet speed. It might be due to the pressure because most of the students are staying in the big cities. So this might be one reason. Poor network is also another problem faced by both the students of metropolitan city, district town, upazila level, and even in the village area. And then cost of internet is also a problem, and load shedding as well, as especially right now in Bangladesh, our power sector is good enough, but still we have this load shedding problem in our country. So the students from all the, I mean, throughout the country, from metropolitan city, district town, upazila level, and even in the village area, everybody is facing this load shedding problem. and some other technical issues related to the online teaching and learning platform students sometimes face. Okay. Then program or discipline wise challenges. I mean, challenges of different program. I mean, business programs or science and engineering programs or other and the humanities or social science related programs. We find here the summary is that in the business for the business student, the most challenging subjects are the subjects with big mathematical problems, and theoretical subjects are not that much problematic. On the other hand, for the science and engineering students, again, the subjects with big mathematical problems are the highest challenging. But in the humanities and social science cases, we found that it is zero. I mean, in the humanities or social science, there is not that much mathematical issues. So their situation is comparatively better than the business and science and engineering related situations. Then psychological challenges versus the locality of the students. I mean, students of what area are challenging the psychological problems mass. Actually, in the study, we divided our locality into 4 regions: big cities and district level, upazila level, and villages. So here, two table shows that first thing, adaptability with the system. We found here that the psychological challenges and personal challenges. One is face-to-face group study. 38% students cannot adapt with that, and lack of computer literacy. The study found that 57% students initially faced the computer related problems, and 51% face the lack of digital literacy as well. And the table, next table, it shows the psychological related challenges. I mean, anxiety for the family's financial crisis, anxiety regarding own future and career, anxiety regarding the global crisis, and lack of personal interest. So if I summarize here that in the metropolitan city, they are reporting the psychological problems more, but in the district town, they are not giving these problems that much. Then I am almost in the finishing stage. This study also recommended some probable solutions based on the findings of the study. The study tried to summarize the more major challenges of the online teaching and learning, and based on that, the study suggested many issues. Firstly, to solve the internet and facilities related challenges, the study suggested that respective authority, I mean the regulatory bodies of the internet connections and the respective ministry along with the government should take the initiative to ensure the better internet facilities for the students, especially during the class time. On the other hand, for the poor students, those who don't have the sufficient device to participate the online classes, the government or the even the university authorities also can take the initiatives to provide them not free, at least the related loan, so that the student can avail their necessary device to participate in the online classes. So finally, I expect that if the findings and the recommendations are taken into account, the challenges of the online teaching and learning will be overcome. There is no doubt. And the quality of the online teaching and learning will definitely improve. So that's all about from my presentation, and I would like to stop the presentation, and after my presentation I would invite our distinguished presenter from the University of Malaya, Professor Dr. Zohid. So thank you all. Thank you very much. So it is time of Dr. Zohirul, and I am requesting you to present your presentation for our audience, for our students. You are welcome.
Dr. Musa, you are muted. Please unmute.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Let me share the slide first. Okay. Okay. Have you seen my slide presentation?
No. You find a share option at the bottom.
Share. Yeah.
I'm having the same problem before. That's I cannot share my slide.
Wait. Yeah. So why? Yeah. Let me stop sharing first. All right. So let me share. Why? Okay. Share screen. Entire. It already shared. Can you see the slide?
Not yet.
Sir. Not
Not
yet.
yet. Why? Oh.
Have you found? Yeah, probably. Yes.
Huh?
Now
Can
we
see?
find. Yes. We see now.
Okay. Can you see? Yeah.
Yes, we see.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Good evening to everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Madrai Hanul Islam. Okay. First of all, I'm Dr. Zairul Nisha Musa. Okay, from Department of Real Estate, University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay, on behalf of the Department of Real Estate, I would like to thank to Department of Real Estate Daffodil International University, Bangladesh, for inviting us to the eTalk event. And for today, I'm going to present, and the title of my presentation is the Real Estate Education in Malaysia, Coping with the COVID-19 Pandemic. Okay, so I'm using the real estate program as a case study. Okay, this is my outline of my presentation. Okay, I will start by giving a context of the background, and then what are the adjustments have been made during the COVID-19 situations. Okay, and then continue with the issue and challenges based on the student and also the lecturer's perspective. And then finally, the way forward by looking at a certain achievement. Okay, I believe that not all of you have been to University Malaya. So let me introduce briefly about University of Malaya. So University Malaya is the oldest university in Malaysia and was established since 1905. And it is situated on a 922 acre, approximately 373.12 hectare campus in the southwest of Kuala Lumpur. Okay, and has 27 faculties, institutes, and center. It has also 14 residential colleges. So we have approximately 21,000 students. This includes 12,000 undergraduate students and also 9,000 postgraduate students. And then currently UM is in number 59 in QS World Ranking in 2021. Okay, this is just to show you the notable facilities on campus. So we have Medical Center, we have a student complex, sports facilities, Varsity Lake, and also the alumni clubhouse. And this is the building of the built environment faculty in the University of Malaya campus. So if you come to our faculty, see this is how the building is look like in the campus. Okay. So under this faculty, there are 5 departments that include architecture, building surveying, quantity surveying, real estate, urban and regional planning. And the program offered under the faculty built environment include 5 undergraduate programs and also 4 postgraduate programs. Okay, and then this is Department of Real Estate. Under the Department of Real Estate, University of Malaya, we have 12 academic staff currently. This includes 2 professors, 2 associate professors, 6 senior lecturers, and 2 lecturers. And we have 1 international staff, and 5 of them is registered valuers, and staff to student ratio is 1:10. Okay, so under the Department of Real Estate we offer 2 programs. Okay, one is a Bachelor of Real Estate and another one is the Masters of Real Estate. So for the Bachelor of Real Estate, the aim is to produce graduates in the estate management field who are professional, holistic, balanced, and ethical, able to perform real estate consultancy effectively and able to face technical and management challenges in the national and global context. And for the Masters of Real Estate, the aim is to create reflective practitioners in the real estate industry with enhanced knowledge and skill in land and property development. So this cutting edge program designed with the input from the real estate industry. So will significantly strengthen the expertise of the contemporary real estate professional beside meeting their needs of aspiring real estate professions. Okay, this is show the cohort progression for both program, masters and also bachelor of real estate. So both bachelor real estate, the first cohort in year 1997 and 96 was 36 students. And the current cohort in year 2020, 2021 is 50 students. Okay, and for Master of Real Estate, the first cohort in year 2007 and 2008 was 15, and the current cohort in year 2020, 2021 is only 13. Okay, This is the approach of teaching and learning before the COVID-19 pandemic situations. Okay. We normally conduct a physical class with lectures and tutorial for 1 and 2 hours per slot. So all lectures and materials were uploaded onto e-learning platform we call as a Spectrum. So these materials include PowerPoint slides, articles, videos, and URL of relevant online teaching, online materials. And then for formative assessment, basically done through the assignment, test, and also presentations. And the for summative assessment is done through the final examination. So usually the assignment require a teamwork effort. And especially for the group assignment, they have to meet and organize the work among the members of the group. Okay. And also students are required to travel for the field work, visit to the government office for the data collections. Okay. And for integrated project, normally we arrange the project in overseas. So far we have been to Vietnam, Brunei, Thailand, Taiwan, and also Hong Kong. And the last integrated project in overseas before the COVID-19 was in China. Okay. Okay, and then and this is the student activities before the COVID-19. Okay, as you can see in the slide, normally we have department annual seminar real estate that being conducted every year. And then the student join the volunteer work, enter the competition, and they organize a social event and also the real estate day before the COVID-19. And they also involved in learning activities. And for the final year, they have integrated project. And the third year student have a MOOC court under the land acquisition subjects. Okay, and then what happened during the COVID-19? So for your information, the first COVID-19 case reported in Malaysia was on the 25th January 2020. And as a number increased, the government announced the Movement Control Order, that is MCO, beginning 18 March 2020. So with this announcement, non-essential services, including school, universities, officers, and etc., were not allowed to operate. So at that time, Universiti Malaya was in the week 5, semester 2 of 2019-2002 session. Okay, so the students who were outside campus were prohibited to return. And then the students who were inside campus were prohibited to leave. So because of this announcement of the MCO. And then all the teaching and learning activities were suspended from 18 March until the 27 April 2020. It's about 5.5 weeks. Okay. And then this is an obvious changes that we have made to the teaching and learning and student activities in order to cope with the COVID-19 situation. Okay, first from the conventional teaching and learning to the fully online teaching and learning. From the conventional, we change to the fully online teaching and learning. So these require the lecturers and also the students to learn how to use the online platform such as Zoom, Google Meet, YouTube, MS Teams, and etc. Okay, and then for the summative assessment, okay, done to the final exam before is now we change to the alternative assessment method. So this include online open book exam and the reflection notes that we are provided to replace with the final exam. And then the third one is the student activities from the normal activities change to the online activities. So the online activities that we are already conducted are online Freshers Week. This is we welcome the new students for the first semesters. And then we also have online talk by the industrial. Before we do in physical in the class, we invite the industry to come and give a talk to the student. Now we have to do in online mode. And then we also have a virtual farewell party for the final year student. All right. Okay, these are the guidelines that we have followed for teaching and learning during the COVID-19. So we have a Malaysian Quality Assurance. So this agency gives or provides the guidelines for standard operating procedure for teaching and learning. This is the SOP. And then Universiti Malaya also provides the teaching and learning guide. It provides the general teaching and learning guidelines for all faculties in the Universiti Malaya. And also we have our board of valuers, appraisals, estate agents, and property managers. Also provide the guidelines for teaching and learning for real estate program. So we are very grateful to that we have this guideline to be based on. Okay, based on these guidelines, we have made the adjustment to the teaching and learning. And for the online learning, then we have made the adjustment for the online learning. And learning where the student basically learn based on their synchronized and also asynchronous learning. So these are the adjustments that we have made to the online teaching and learning. Okay, and then these are among the activities that we made that we made the adjustment from physical activities before to online activities, and it is possible to do it online. Okay, and then we conducted the survey. At the end of the semesters to understand the issues and the challenges from the student perspective in regards to the online teaching and learning. Okay, and we asked about the technical issues that disrupted their learnings. So based on the findings, majority of the students is about 64% said that slow or lagging internet that disrupted their learning. So other than that issues, insufficient data, issue with my laptop or smartphone, cannot access the spectrum, and familiarity with the student portals. That is the others issues. And then we also and for the non-technical issues, the majority of students is about 46% said that loss of motivations when they are learned through online. That is probably because of slow or lagging internet services make them felt demotivated. Okay. So other issues is distraction from family members, balancing study and home chores, and then mental health issues and too much study workload. Okay. And then we also ask the student to think about the online lectures and describe the ease or difficulties learning online. So these are among of their answers. So the advantages about online lectures, you can see there are so they can rewatch or play back the lectures. That's one of the advantage. On time to class, save traveling times, and less time for college activities, more time for studies. That is among of the advantages that they are think of. And then there are disadvantages based on their opinion through the online lectures. The first one is the bad internet connections. And then second one is lack of focus. And then strain on eyes, too long screen, watching screen. And then difficult to discuss assignment with the friends, and harder to understand calculation subject due to only explanation, and affect relationship with family members, mental health. And then ad hoc tasks by the lecturers, and then too many learning platforms. There are a lot of disadvantages during the online lectures on their perceptions. Okay, and from the lecturer's perspective, they found that the student lack of response in class, and then not sure whether they are understand or they're having a problem. And then during the examinations, there is a cheating concern by all the lecturers, and it has a possibility to happen. And then also a lack of the opportunity to socialize with the student, because we cannot meet them physically. Okay, in terms of the infrastructure, there was a concern. There was a concern on security of online learning that happened to Zoom at one time. So because of that, I also deleted Zoom application in my phone because I'm afraid they steal if they steal my data. Okay, inside my phone. Okay, and then another issues is a poor internet connections, and this is affected teaching and teaching in the beginning. Okay, and with the announcement of the MCO, or movement control order, so we are prevented going to the office. Okay, so in my case, I have to create a new office space in my house in order to cater work from home. Okay, and then we also have a specific concern to the valuation subject, where the student could not conduct site inspection because they want to collect data for the subject properties. And then also integrated project, basically highly dependent on the field work. So and also we no more already carry out the overseas visit, okay, or doing a project in overseas. Okay, and then GIS or statistics. Student need to use the computer lab for the specific software. That's the amongst the concern, and from the lecturer's perspective. Okay, so with the issues and the challenges that we have faced during the COVID-19 situation, so we managed to achieve certain matters. So among the achievement are the first exam result for the semesters were encouraging. So that's good. And then the second, dissertation supervision was successfully done online. Okay, well done all the supervisors. And industrial training internship was successfully done online for the first cohort and hybrid for the second cohort. And this achievement through the cooperation from the board and also the industry. And finally, student managed to graduate on time. This is very important. Okay, all right. Okay, and I think with I think I want to before I end my presentations, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce our Masters of Real Estate program of coursework. So I'm the coordinator of this program. Okay. The aim of this master program already mentioned at earlier slide just now. So I just go through the learning program outcomes. So this learning outcome has been set based on the Malaysian quality assurance requirement, and then these PLOs shows the knowledge and the skill learned provided by the program of Master of Real Estate. Okay, this program, duration of this program is 1 year program for full time, for the full time basis. And this include 2 normal semesters plus 1 special semesters. Okay, and then the fee for international student is Ringgit Malaysia 30,720. Okay, and then this program niche is a property development. And under this program, the student will take 8 core subjects with 39 credits and 2 elective subjects for 6 credits. And the total credits for this program is 45 credit hours. Okay, and then the strength, and this is the program strength. First, this program has a global recognition because this program has been ranked in number 21 by the Eduversal Global. And then the program has also have a strong support from the industry. Okay, so they come as a guest lecturer and also participate in the curriculum review. And this program also has strong support from the alumni as well. And they also participate in the curriculum review. They also actively in the Facebook and we have alumni dinner for every 2 years. That's activities with the alumni. And then this is the interesting that our dean also mentioned earlier. So this program actually in the means to offer and open distance learning. So this will give an opportunity to international students to join in, especially from the Daffodil International University Bangladesh. Okay, our medium of instruction is in English. So we welcome all the international students to register or to join our program. And this program is accredited by the RCS. So the student can practice in other countries that are recognized by RSCS. So it's a major selling point for the foreign students. So in terms of the locations, we are located in Kuala Lumpur, in the heart of the real estate market. And then finally, this program have no other postgraduate program that focus on real estate development. So our niche is property development. So in the country and the region, that's why we are the subject monopoly. Okay, I think with that, I think that's all. With that, I end my presentation. And thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Zohirul, the respected coordinator of Master of Real Estate Program, Department of Real Estate, University of Malaya. And definitely you have shared some valuable informations for the students, especially for our students, and more importantly, your Master of Real Estate Program. And we expect that our students will go to your university for their Master of Real Estate Program. At the same time, we can work, and not today, later on we can think and we can work so that our students they can at least expect some sort of your cooperations in terms of credit transfer or in terms of financial assistance or some other supports from your university. So since both the deans dean of our faculty. At the same time, dean of your faculty are present here. I would like to humbly request both the deans to take the necessary measures so that we can make the relationship stronger than today in the tomorrow,
Inshallah.
for the sake of the development of both the departments and both the faculty.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So now it is the time for our respected head, Department of Real Estate, Daffodil International University, and I would like to invite Mr. Nurul Muhammad Zaid to deliver his concluding remarks. And after your remarks, I will also request you to end today's program. So welcome, Mr. Nurul Muhammad Zaid.
Thank you, Mr. Raihan. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to all of you.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to address the keynote speech from both of our respected dean sirs of both of the universities. And then I would like to also address the presentation from both of the faculties, from both of the universities. And also I would like to highlight few things from the keynote speeches and the presentations, that both of the countries, Bangladesh and Malaysia, are doing very well in this pandemic. As far as the online teaching and learning challenges are concerned, we did our level best, and we did tremendously well, not only in our university but also in our country. And the performance during this pandemic of our university well appreciating by the nation, not only in Bangladesh but also outside of the country. And I hope that with the collaboration of the University of Malaya, we'll be able to uphold the collaboration, not only in online teaching and learning, but also in research, student engagement, teachers engagement, so that we can develop this real estate sector in both of the countries. Lastly, I would like to mention that as we are having a very good relationship, I would like to request the team of the Department of Built Environment that we are here to work together, and I hope and we hope and expect that in near future we'll work not only in online teaching and learning aspects but also in collaborative research, students development, and we will organize few programs as well. So thank you very much for joining with us. And I would also like to thank our respected keynote speakers for giving us the time, both of the respected dean sirs. Thank you very much. And both of the presenters, thank you very much. Dear audience, my dear students, the students of University of Malaya, all the stakeholders who attended in this program, watched us and heard us. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasper. Thank you so much for arranging such an initiative and program. I hope we will be continuing this kind of programs with University of Malaya, right?
Okay.
We are so happy. We are so grateful to have Dr. Musa and Prof. Elias for being with us. And we'll grow together. We'll be working together. And as soon as pandemic crisis will be over, we'll be visiting your university, and we are inviting you, both of you, to come to our campus, to our country, so that we can work together. We can share all the good things we are practicing, you are practicing, so that we can learn from each other, and that way we'll be growing in the days to come. Thank you for being with us once again.
So again, I would like to thank all of you, the respected keynote speakers, presenters from University of Malaya, and the Honorable Head of Department of Real Estate, Daffodil International University, for joining. And
Mr.
I hope in the near future we'll again work for the sake of development of both the departments of both the universities, as well as with a view to contributing for the real estate sector of both Bangladesh and Malaysia. So thank you very much. See you again, and we hope for the best. And I personally, as well as from the on behalf of the Department of Real Estate, wish all of you good health and good luck. So thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak something?
Yes, yes, sure, sir, sure. You
Okay,
are.
okay.
You can.
Sorry, because you already about the answer. Okay, okay. As a dean of the Faculty of Built Environment, I also want to take this opportunity to invite the teams from the Daffodil International University to come and visit us at the University of Malaya. Maybe we can discuss further about the uh, other collaboration, not only for the student, maybe might be the student inbound and outbound to the Bangladesh and Malaysia, and then also I would like to personally invite Professor Masem Iqbal to come and visit us again, your team as well. Okay, and then we also might be okay, visit you at Bangladesh.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Prof. Ilyas. Thank you so
Mm.
much. As I mentioned that I visited probably 2 years back,
Mm.
and I stayed over there for some
Mm.
days at your university, and it was a very good experience.
Mm.
And surely we'll be working together. And our warm invitation to both of you and to visit us and to visit our university. I tell you, our university, I mean, Daffodil International University, it is one of the largest private sector universities in our country, and we have the most beautiful campus in our country. So we are trying our level best to make it a very good university, and we are improving day by day. Okay, so we'll be having a lot of interactions, sharing, collaborations with your university. And by the way, I can tell you that some of my colleagues are doing PhD in your university. In finance.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and some one or two colleagues are also planning to go over there because of pandemic. They are stopped right now. They can go there, but they will be doing that. So we'll be working. In fact, we'll be working, and again, our invitation to you and your team, both of you especially, and to visit us. And so thank you so much.
Okay,
As we'll be working together in future in a better way and with more capacity. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
So thank you again.